PartyPoker.net European Open 4 is getting hot, hot, hot. The $500,000 prize pool has induced top pros to leave their luggage at home in a bid to be the next player through to the semifinals. On the table tonight, will it be the informed play of an Irish Poker Championship runner-up or the perennial class of a WPT winner? We'll see who can stand and deliver.
I think my personality comes across when I'm playing. I'm quite chatty, and generally I use that as a tactic. I'm trying to find out about the players.
Any poker tournament I play, I put my whole heart into win it. My goal is to be number one.
I'm just a gentle giant, really. I just stay in my corner, and I don't let anyone take any liberties with me, as most people don't.
I've played EPT, WPT, but nothing that's made for TV like this. For me, it's kind of a new thing. I mean, I've played a lot of sit and go type situations in the past, so I'm looking forward to it.
There's 72 players taking part in this tournament, and to get past them is always going to be difficult, and it's always going to be profitable, and it's obviously going to give your ego a boost.
Playing like TV tournaments gives me a good chance because I've only got to win a couple of tables to win the whole tournament, but you never know with the luck of the cards.
This heat promises good things through and through. A bit of class in the commentary box as well. I'm here with Ian the Razor Fraser. Chips on the table, 100,000. Yellow's worth 1,000, blues are 2,000, and the reds are 5K. 600,000 in play. It's actually a very tough lineup. I mean, you're looking around here to, there's 4 or even 5 guys here who would be one of the favorites in nearly any lineup you put them in. They're guys who are kind of used to the top tier of poker. Surrender's been on the top tier for 20 years, and
Yes.
Chen and Grundy have been playing it much more lately.
Pass. Call.
Yep.
Pretty conservative call there with the 8s, isn't it?
Well, yeah, that's what we've grown to see with Neil. You know, that's how he starts off. He won't be raising anything unless he's got a monster.
And I mean, it's going to be hard for him to find a flop without an 8, except for the 4, 6, 7 that he really likes.
He won't mind that.
4,000.
You have the 4. So
Yeah, 4. No, I can't now. I'm in the middle of a very important pot.
I don't know if you've ever seen all the poker verdict boys in the casinos, Jesse. They all got the same T-shirts on.
They all play the same?
They all look the same. They all got curly ginger wigs and glasses.
This is aggressive stuff by McCool.
Marty's common sense.
He's a good poker player, and he's in good form. I wonder if he's how used he is to this sort of level.
I ain't so sure Neil like that.
15,000.
It was just flat call. I ain't so sure he'll like that too much.
It's a big bet.
Turn card.
There you go. I knew he'd only call.
And what's he going to do on the river if the board doesn't pair? He's being very honest here. Oh, straight is good.
Check.
Wow, that's
15,000.
I can't believe he's.
That's an odd sort of bet Neil's made, isn't it?
Mind you, it might be a bit of a blocking bet, Jesse. You know, he's no one's fool, Neil. He's a very good player. This might just be a blocking bet.
Yeah, but he was in position. He could have just checked.
Oh yeah, of course he was. Of course he was.
He must actually, doesn't he? He must think that McCool's got something like 2 pair or something, or
3 8.
Of course.
I can't believe he come out and bet it. I thought he led out at it.
Every 5-card poker hand falls in the official ranking of hands. At the bottom is high card only. Better than that is a pair. 2 pair is higher still, and 3 of a kind is sometimes called a set. Straight is 5 cards in a row, of any suit. And a flush is 5 cards of the same suit in any order. A full house is 3 of a kind plus a pair. 4 of a kind is self-explanatory, and a straight flush is 5 cards all in a row of the same suit. Royal flush is the highest hand. That's a straight flush, ace high. McCool's shown himself so far to be pretty lively. I mean, check raising with the straight draw and everything, but I think he is a very lively player. He's sort of well known around the Nottingham scene these days.
Cool.
That was just a flat call, a pair of 6s. Ben will be pumping this up with his jacks.
Raise to 11,000 total.
What do you know about Ben? Have you played with him much? I know
No, not
over
really.
in Vegas and that
No,
sort of.
not really.
He's got a very well. He's well respected. He's got a big reputation for
I
the
think
cash games in the Omaha and that sort of thing, doesn't he?
Right, I don't know, Jesse. I know he was more aggressive years ago than what he is now.
Years ago, right? Yeah, he doesn't. When he was a kid.
When he was about 9.
The raise is to 11.
Yeah, and he'll want to see a flop with these 6s. The most common pair to hit a set, this is.
No, it can't
Yeah,
be.
I'm telling you.
Cannot
I'm telling
be.
you. I'll run it through a computer software.
Check.
I do believe you're serious.
15,000.
Nick's got himself in a bit of a bind here. I mean, he doesn't really know much more than he knew before the flop, does he?
No, nothing at all.
You gotta kind of like the way
Cool.
Grundy play. He made sort of a largest raise before the flop, and it's made this pot so the pot's gotten big kind of quick.
I think an ace or a king comes here, and we might see a couple of checks. They're both trying to put the other person on ace king, ace queen.
No,
Ben's got to bet it again.
Is there any sort of hands Grundy can be worried about right now? You just gotta bet it.
Yeah, you can't not bet that with jacks, can you?
Mick, a lot of times Mick's a sort of a big talker during hands, but he ain't saying nothing now.
25,000.
Grundy certainly got courage.
Well, now he must think that he's up against the bigger pair. You know, he must do now. He can't put him on ace king now. So does he want to have a go? I shouldn't think so myself. You know, because he puts these chips in here, Jesse, and now he's in massive trouble for the rest of the heat.
I mean, if he's putting these chips in, Ian, isn't he kind of saying that he thinks the 6s are good and he has to call the river? I mean, you kind of have to call the river at that stage, don't you? You're not calling to hit a 5, are you?
Well, who knows what's going through his mind. You know, he must know how Ben plays. He's not going to fire twice at this with ace king, is he? So, and he ain't going to have a lower pair.
All in.
He's called all in, look.
Wow.
I can't see him pushing him off this. Yeah, he's got a call.
Quick call from Grundy, and McCool don't like it, and of course you don't like it because it's not good. I kind of like the bet in a sense, the raise all in, but he can only get called if he's throttled, I guess.
Well, he probably thought the same as what you just said, Jesse. You know,
I couldn't dodge 2 outs last time.
how can he call this bet and hope to hit a 5? He can't think his 6s are good, so he's decided he might take the pot down there and then. There you go, and we got our first casualty.
And Ben Grundy, tell you what, this Milky Bar kid was 100-1 in the betting by the sponsors before this tournament kicked off. He looks like somebody who can play for sure. 29 years old and nearly 200,000 in chips.
46.
No, he can definitely play.
There have only been kind of 2 pots of any interest, but they've both been massive. I think that's what happens when you have aggressive players match up. They just go to the hilt.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. Two goes you get, and you're out if you don't win one of them.